Okay, so this is C-L05. Okay, there's 2 pages. So start with your heading. That's a mistake, so ignore that. Alright. Then we have our essential question. Of course, you skip a line, then you have your essential question. How do we construct a line that goes through a given point and is parallel to a given line using constructions? Skip a line, write down the homework. CHW05, complete the handout. Skip a line, write down the warm-up to solve the following problem. And number 1, here's the problem. Bisect angle GHI. Okay? We're going to bisect angle GHI. So what I want you to do, using a pen, okay, somewhere in the middle of the rest of the page that's left, okay, just somewhere down, draw an angle. And it doesn't really matter how you draw it. Alright, I'm going to do 4 inches. And then I'm going to just go up a little bit, and I'm going to do 4 inches up this way. So here's an angle. Okay? And this would be GHI. Alright? Now this is the construction that we did last time. Bisect an angle. So, I'm just going to open my compass, if you remember, so that it's somewhere in the middle of the angle. See how that's about in the middle? I'll open it even a little bit more. And I put my compass point on the vertex of the angle, and I make an arc that crosses both sides of the angle. Then I just put my point where that side got crossed by the arc, and I make an arc on the inside of the angle, and I do the same thing from this point. Okay? And again, I just make an arc on the inside of the angle. And then I take my ruler and I just draw a line from the vertex through that point of intersection of those 2 arcs. Right about there. And I do that in pen, right? So I bisected angle GHI. I cut it into 2 equal angles. 2 smaller equal angles. So if this whole angle is 50, now this is 25 and this is 25, okay? That's if it is 50, I'm just saying. Now, on the back, okay, we're going to start the new construction for the day, which is called parallel through a point. Okay? We're given a point and the line. Our task is to construct a line that goes through a given point and is parallel to a given line. And then here's the directions. Draw a transversal that crosses the given line and goes through the given point. Copy the angle formed by the given line and the transversal so that the given point is the vertex of the new angle. Draw a line through the given point and the point where the 2 arcs of the angle you are copying intersect. The result is that this new line goes through the given point and is parallel to the given line. And then we have an explanation. Since we use the construction copy and angle, we now have 2 angles of equal measure in our diagram. In relation to parallel lines, these two equal angles are corresponding angles. Remember that when 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, all corresponding angles are congruent. Since these angles have equal measure, they are congruent, and therefore the 2 lines must be parallel. So once you have all of that down, okay, go to a new sheet. And put up your heading and everything. Again, there's no V. Example 1 is to construct a line through point P and parallel to the given line. So, I'm going to go about halfway down on my page, and I'm going to make a line from 1 to 7. Okay, it's a 6-inch line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to make a point, I don't know, about 2 inches up. And right there works, and I'm going to call it point P. So this is what they give us in the problem. Alright, now we have to construct a line, and let's put arrows on the end of this line. We have to construct a line that goes through point P, and that's parallel to this line. Okay, so let's look at step 1. Draw a transversal that crosses the given line and goes through the given point. A transversal, remember, is a slanted line that crosses the line and goes through the point. So just like that. Okay? And you just make it slanted from bottom left to top right. Step 2. Copy the angle formed by the given line and the transversal so that the given point is the vertex of the new angle. Okay? So let's see if we remember how to do this. Okay. I put my compass point here. That's, you can see this is the angle they're talking about right here. We're going to copy this angle up at this point. So I start with my point where those two lines cross, and I draw a little arc like that. I go to this point and I draw the same arc. Okay? Now, I go to where those two cross and I put my point there, and I got to change my compass so that it's right where those two lines cross there. And I make a small arc there. Then I go to where these two lines cross and I make that same small arc. Okay? Notice how everything has been done in pencil so far except for the given information. Now I can draw my parallel line. It goes through this point and through this point right here. So I line that up, and there you have it. And that was done in pen because that's the final part of the construction. Okay? So, turn this over, and on the back you can put CP1, checkpoint problem 1, is to construct a line through point A and parallel to the given line. Alright, about halfway down, do the same thing we did. Put a line from 1 to 7. Put your arrows. And put a point a little bit up towards the right end of the line, about an inch or two up. And this is point A according to the given problem. So that's what's given. Right? So it's about halfway down the page. And you're going to do the same thing that you just learned how to do. And then that is the end of lesson C-L05.